Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RVs. Just congratulate you on the purchase of your Jayco Eagle HT 29.5 BHOK fifth wheel. Picked a beautiful unit here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, no slide to worry about, but you got a big awning that's deeper than any slide you'd ever need over there. On your off campsite, besides your slides, leaving room for those, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Both yours, power and water docking station, are toward the front, just behind the front, on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, or as they call it, your off campsite. All right, once we arrive, unhook our hitch. First thing we're going to do is level our unit. Inside your front compartment here, you got your docking station. Over here to your left, you have your auto leveling system. Instructions are right here. So all you're going to do is touch arrows up and down at the same time. That'll turn it on. Once we're on, we're going to be doing our hitch. So to do the hitch, you're just going to lift till you got desired unattached height. Pull your vehicle up out of there. Bring your unit back down close to level. And then all you're going to do is touch auto level. Auto level is going to start by dropping your landing legs first. The whole front of this is going to drop down really low. Then your rear landing legs are going to come, and the front's going to raise up. It's going to level itself out. So make sure that you have any doors up here closed. Nothing's in its way. Once it's level, that light's going to flash. Got our unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord plugs in here on the side. Should you need, plug into a campsite, there's a 50 to 30 amp dog bone, as we call it. And if you ever need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 to 15 amp reducer that can throw on the end of that. That's your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Jayco made it real easy. I'm gonna turn on our docking light in here. You got two levers and instructions on where to point them. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. Go to the right, green to the left. Grab your water pressure regulator. The water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. It's going to protect the lines in your unit. If you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so I highly recommend using this everywhere you go. Hook up here to where it says city water connection. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. One more step. Just to the right of my power plug is my hot water heater. And all we're doing at this point, folks, making sure our drain plug's back on. Now this will lift right up off here. Grab your rod and plug, throw some plumber's tape around that, 1/8" socket, get that in there nice and tight. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, we're going to go ahead and go inside and deploy our slides. Because I need you to get in there and open up all your water taps. Get all your water taps open, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines, shut them back off. Come out here and just check. Pull up on this pressure release valve. If some water comes out of here, you know your hot water heater is full at this point, and it should be if you got all the air out of the lines. Then you know that you can turn this on indoors. Now, for some reason, at one point your hot water heater seems to stop working. Come out here to check to see if these reset valves are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. All right, so let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go dry camping, or boondocking as they like to call it. In that case, we've got a two-step process. We're gonna start by filling our tank. Green to the right, blue down. Hook up your hose here at the city water connection, same way. Treat your hot water heater the same way. Turn that on. Once you have that on, you're going to go inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also one for your fresh water. Keep an eye on that. Once that's full, remove that hose, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you're going to switch back up to dry camp. Actually, once your tank is full, switch to dry camp. So now you'll match this, and then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on this water pump. Don't turn on the water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we are all set up to camp. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the rest of the unit. Continuing here in the docking station. Up top, got a docking light. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel up there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Right here, you can hook this spray port up. Another spot on the other side you can plug this into to spray the unit off. Below that is your hot water bypass. Hot water heater bypass for when you're winterizing. You just move this up to bypass mode. Your water pump. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. Cable and satellite hookups. All your connections and how to use them. This is the side that you will sanitize and winterize in. Just make sure you bypass your water heater. Sanitizing, you're just sucking in soapy water to wash everything out. And winterizing, of course, you know you're sucking in your antifreeze. Over here is your city and freshwater fill. Black and gray tanks. Convenient area to run them hoses down through. In our storage here, again, our auto leveling system and our battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Continue here on the off-camp side, our propane up front. Say flue for your furnace. Two things on that, make sure it's never blocked. And if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it, it does get hot. Again, your hot water heater. Below that, your low point drain. There's where we'll plug into dump our tanks, and there's our low point drains. I mentioned on the slides, on this wiper seals, they've got a spray you can put on these. It conditions it, keeps them pliable and flexible over the years. Highly recommend some of those. Gray holding tank. That's an extra gray tank for your outdoor kitchen. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Down here is all the towing package information for your accessory hitch. There's 3,000 capacity. Big outdoor kitchen over here. Flip this up, you've got your fridge, lighting, prepped for a TV, your sink. You've also got a J port to hook up here. So what your J port is, it's this big square iron that goes into that receiver, a table for a griddle. There's a quick connect for the griddle with quick connect right here. This stores up front. I'll show you how to do that. Let's try this one-handed. Pull this out. Carry it up here. This part will be two-handed. I'm going to try to set the camera where you can see it. They can store that like so. Metal lip that slides behind right here. Inside the outdoor kitchen here. Big awning here. Pitch control. That means just pull down on this part here. That'll run all the rainwater down to this way. Access to the back of your fridge. Vent for your microwave. Got our freshwater low point drain. See if I can see that underneath here. Right there, big handle to pull. As you've seen over here. Couple outdoor speakers. A night docking light. Can't see it in the daylight. Again, your big pass-through storage. Pre-wired for a solar controller. Prep for a TV. You can plug in TV and cable out here. Again, your propane. Liquid for that's your leveling jacks. Spare tire. Manual crank gets that down. Your battery will connect in here. Just check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. And that about covers everything from out here. So take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit. First thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. To my right as I come in, top of the wall, there'll be a bunch of lighting. But below that lighting is my little control panel by J-Command. I'm going to peel off your tape here. Touch the top one, that's going to light everything up. Now it's also going to send you through several pages. From motors to your HVAC, second AC, settings, tanks, water, back to motors. Motors, I'm going to start with this awning. On that awning, I said you only want to extend it out until you can see your bar and your white flap falls down to 90 degrees. If I was to hold that button in, that will continue to run itself out and start to run itself out backwards upon itself. So keep an eye on them. Make sure you only run them out as far as you want them. Make sure you close them in when it gets real windy. Just hit and retract on that. Below that, in motors, we'll also have our slide controls, and we'll utilize those when closing the unit up. Continue down through our pages. Next one, our AC. We'll close our door here. So we're going to our, crank up the AC in here. There it goes. Here coming through. Shut it off. Make it heat, furnace. I'm going to have to set it higher than, oops, back to furnace. Now I'm going to have to scroll up to set to get it higher than the 8180 that it is in here right now to get the furnace to kick on. There, that kicked on. Now you'll notice when I shut the furnace off, get back to mode. When I shut everything off, it takes a couple of minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Your second AC, that's in bedroom, I believe. We'll crank that up. Yep. Get that blasting. We'll leave that running. We'll get up in there here shortly. Here's where you pair your device. BM Pro. You can see BM Pro right there. If I can get a focus on that. BM Pro. They have the app for Jayco Command. You can pair this device to your phone and do just about everything on here from your phone. So here's where you watch your fresh water filling up. Here's your black and gray tanks. Keep an eye on those. Here's where you turn on your water pump. If you're using a potable water, just hit on. Your water heater if you're using electric, and your water heater if you're using gas. It does make a difference, so choose correctly. Awning and slides went back through, so we've been through it all. I'm going to go ahead and probably turn the AC on in the living room right here because it's super warm in here. Turn that temperature back down to about 70 and let it cool it off while I continue through the unit. You see through a few of these, they are a temperature reader. I almost forgot. Let me go back to your control panel. You got some numbers down here. Number 1, interior lighting. Number 2, exterior lighting. Number 3, both. Another spot you can turn on your water pump, and this will take you right to, well, we're already on the AC. Let's say if I was on tanks, if I hit this down here, it takes me back to HVAC. Down below all that is your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there, a couple 30s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. In the living room, you got an Insignia TV, Furrion sound system. We'll show you on the sound system. This is dual zoned. So, radio's on in here. Let me turn it up a little. Shut it off in here. Second zone is your outdoor speakers. So this is AM, FM, Bluetooth. Let's go through the modes. Auxiliary, TV sound, DVD, Bluetooth, radio, DVD. You'll have to just attach a DVD player to your AV there. Nice sound system. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Remove your Velcro cushions. Probably best to stand in the middle, gives you good leverage. Lifting this up and opening your legs. Pull it towards you. Put your back cushion down. And just that quickly, you've got another bed. Now the whole key is to make sure that you lift your back cushion up first. Otherwise you can damage your sofa. Lift it up. Put your legs in and jackknife it back down. Turn your cushions and just that quickly you're back to a sofa. Dinette has a couple matching folding chairs under your bed. There's an extension here. There's your lighting for those. Furrion fridge controls are in here. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a light and fan above your cooktop. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Turn it up, turn your panel light on. When you turn your gas on, you'll go from blue to red. Hit your spark when your gas is on. You'll light up there. 3 burners, same thing on the oven. Just go to light, spark it up to light it down here, then just turn it to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light anymore. Take that panel light, rock it down for an oven light. I've got a sink. Just keep an eye on your plumbing, maintain it. Behind there is access panel to your plumbing. It's almost all PEX lines nowadays. Pretty good stuff. But you are bouncing a house down the road, so keep an eye on things. Just a big box for your TV in here. Drawers, capacity for your bunks. USB and lighting in here. These are one touch on your 3 bunk side. Prepped for a TV. You can probably put a TV there. There's a backer. Cable of 110 up there. Smoke alarm. We're up the hallway into your bathroom. A couple things to mention in here. We have a hand crank open power exhaust vent here. Make sure your shower doors are snapped closed for travel. And again, just a little plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on it. In our bedroom, both of our doors, this one here you want to make sure is snapped open for travel. That one there you want to make sure that you close it for travel. There's our second AC cranking. Believe me, it's much cooler up here than it was down there where I had it off. Below your bed here is your outdoor capital grill to go on your J-port, and then your folding chairs for your dinettes. That about covers everything in here. These are all just accent lights, reading lights. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to go through and shut off all of my lighting. Come down my control panel, touch number 1. I know that's going to shut off all my lights except for accent lights. So after I went through and did all the lights, I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Tuck our TV back to its safe position. Come back to our control panel, touch number 1 to turn our lights on. Scroll through our pages until we find motors. Gonna select down to slide 1 and hit retract. That's gonna be my bedroom slide. Again, that door has to be closed or snapped open in order for this slide to come open. It says done. Select slide 2. Hit retract. That's going to bring in our living room slide. As you see, the bottom comes in first. That's because the slide mechanism is on the bottom. You'll watch it adjust itself as it comes in, as the weight starts to rock forward. And once it slides in, I want you to hear that noise. It's just the slide mechanism saying don't come in any further. I'm in as far as I can go. It's time to let go of the button. So it's nothing grinding. It happens to most all motors. Alright, we are hitting number 1. Looking outside to make sure all of our exterior lights are off. Nope, they're on, so I'll just touch number 2. Now I know they're off. Now exiting the unit. Now before I do, I need to go back and shut these ACs off. Oh, there we go. That one off. Second one. Now my ACs are off and I feel safer leaving the unit. Clearest thing on these steps, make sure you open this exterior door all the way up, otherwise this will catch on it. Lift it up. You also have adjustable feet. Simply press in on this button here and move the foot to where you want it in case you're on unlevel ground. Put that in there. Before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt this door and lift and turn this handle. Now I say that in case you want to go in there and check the levels of your tanks while we're dumping. If we are out boondocking, we're going to get up underneath here and dump that low point freshwater drain right there. We will come around to our auto leveling system. And turn that back on. We're at hitch, so we're just going to bring our hitch back up to where we want it. And we're just going to hit retract all. That's going to bring up all of your stabilizing jacks. Get our unit back up to where we wanted it. Then you can come in here, bring up your front, put the back where you need it to get your hitch back on. Unhook your power, your water, your cable, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. You got a 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. That's going to plug in up here at the front, right below where it says low point drain. You also have an extra gray tank back here for your outdoor shower or outdoor sink on the other side, excuse me. So you might want to get a longer one for that or dump that somewhere else. Come up underneath here, hook up, come up here and pull our black tank. Once it sounds like that black tank's no longer draining, go inside, make sure it is empty. If it is, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station and plug it into this black tank flush. Again, emphasizing with this black tank open, turn that hose on and let it run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all the nastiness out of your black tank. After a good 5 minutes, close that, remove your hose, close that, then make sure all that water that you just put in there has drained out. Once it has, close your black, pour your first gray. When that one's empty, close, pour your third gray. Cleaner water, sinks and showers, that'll clean your sewage hose out for you. When my last gray's dumping, I like to come up underneath it and dump my low point drains. And if I'm done camping for the season, I'll come up here and lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump hot water out of there. When that's done, you can go ahead and pull this drain plug. Last dump we have is our dump back here. Again, a gray tank. Hook up, dump that tank. When it's done, take that sewage hose, store it in a nice sanitary, convenient place, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.